So gentlemen, we are going to speak on union budget. So let's discuss the union budget.
The recent times of COVID, where we suffered a pandemic. So the MSME sector was quite destroyed, and it was deteriorating at quite a good rate. But as we have seen in the budget, they have put some focus and done their homework that MSME is deteriorating and need more focus. The people are still not happy with the budget as they had not removed the 45-day scheme where the client has to pay back what they have bought in 45 days. That is the major point that was brought in last year and has been deteriorating and the MSME market further.
What I
If we
believe
take
is
the union
union
our
budget
total
has focused
expenditure
more
is
on
expected to be
MSMEs.
48 billion, 48 lakh crore. But whereas our income is only 32 lakh crore, which is expected. So there is a 16 lakh crore deficit. So we have to borrow that money.
Yeah,
for
but
this
comparing it with last year, it has significantly reduced the borrowing. And what we know about the budget is it has focused more on MSMEs and middle class. It the budget the Indian government knows that to get a good economy and make it a 5 trillion economy and third largest economy in the world, it needs to focus on its indigenization of its sector and its small and small industries.
I agree with you that MSME provides 60% of the employment in our country, and the major part of MSME is manufacturing and industrialization. So improving that, they have promoted the middle class. So reducing the tax indexation and increasing the tax slabs, rather changing the regimes, we get a simplistic tax feature and a little more spending power for the middle class. So that spending power that the middle class is getting, where they spend on the items that they buy for the luxuries, and the money in the end goes to the factories that are manufacturing for India. So it would promote Make in India programs and other features where people are manufacturing in India, and it would promote new startups and could give new employments.
Yes, I totally agree with you. But if we say our emphasis should be on the agriculture sector also. So government in this budget, government also put forward the idea that the government will provide the 109 high yielding and the climate resilient 32 field crops, and the horticulture crop will be released soon. And if we take the 10,000 bio input center will be established in this budget only. And if you talk about the employment, government also providing the in under the PM package, which is include five schemes.
Five schemes.
In this five scheme, the 4.1 crore youth will get benefited by this in the next 5 years, and the overall capital outlay for this is 2 lakh crore rupees. It is
Like
too
a
much.
leader of opposition stated recently, the Indian government has put the farmers in a chakra view. But I rather disagree with that and add to the point that Indian government has focused on the agriculture sector as they are providing so many schemes and benefits to the farmers and making them self-reliant and not dependent on others. Also, like the factor of monsoon, they are providing them with better irrigation facilities, new technologies like like technologies like drone farming, and also providing them with new varieties of seeds which will get them a good yield.
We are criticizing the budget about not giving proper thought behind what is needed. Believe that the country has our finance minister has done her homework and put thought about what we should do. We are looking at what the direct contribution is in the budget, but rather we can focus on what is the indirect contribution at the market. See, as we said, agricultural development requires the welfare of farmers. The Maharashtrian farmers are complaining about the suicide rates in the farming community. The welfare of the community. They do not have. They grow food, but they grow food for the country, but do not have food to feed themselves. This is leading to a higher suicide rate in Maharashtra and a deterioration in welfare of farmers. So to fix that, the second highest budget that has been received is in rural development, which is to improve the life in our village and reducing the migration of people from villages to urban developments.
And as we also know that this new budget has focused on the agricultural and as well as education also. and defense sector also, which help the India to become superpower, and also that
Government is
Adding to
also
the
working
previous
for the
speaker,
youth.
2.66 lakh crores have been provided for the rural development, which will not only develop infrastructure, but it will also provide them better healthcare facilities, also education policies, and also agricultural terms.
but also many people are not unaware of this. The middle class people and the farmer are unaware of these schemes that government has announced for them. That's why the people are getting suffer from this.
To fix the life and the rural development, they are promoting more and more in healthcare and more in welfare. As in a recent study, we can see that the vaccines that are done in the villages, children born in villages are more than in a city due to the efforts of Anganwadi and other non-governmental organizations that are promoting the life in the villages. And there are other factors such as DD Kisan, which is a channel for Doordarshan. They had introduced artificial intelligence, which are narrators such as AI Krish and AI Bhumi, which 24/7 give information about government schemes and about the climate change that is going on. So we cannot say that the government is not doing anything. There are various mediums. Farmer watches TV. That is quite sure.
Also, the current borrowing deficit is 4.9% of the GDP. And through the efforts by the government in this union budget, it is estimated that it will reduce the next year and will be less than 4.5% of the GDP.
Government try its full to give the more to the people, but the now middle class people only think about herself, not to see the India as a global leader.
As we all know that in our national education policy 2020, government not only emphasize on education only but also on the skilling. So in this budget, the 1 crore youth will get the internship in the top 500 company in India, and that will for that is for 12 months, and for that they will also get some stipend of 5,000 rupees, which is the great initiative by the government to skilling the youth rather than just educating it.
Not only that, the first time employed persons will get first time bonus of 1 lakh rupees, 15,000 rupees on the salary of 1 lakh.
Adding to our points, we see that we would like to see our country as a global leader, but we need to take our people together with us. Instead of going with a capitalism mindset, we should bring our people of our country together with us and grow with them. As we can see, the economy of India has been quite separated. The gap is increased quite a lot. 1% owns a lot of India. So to fix that, the government is investing in the middle class. What's wrong with that? If it can make their life a little easier and promoting a tax from which who can take care of themselves and afford luxury. So easing the life of the middle class, and which is the majority of the country, it would keep our country happy and more efficient.
I agree with you, and it's also important for India to make the people more taxes, because nowadays only 3 to 4 people in India, 3 to 4% people in India are paying tax. In other countries, there are maybe 40% and 50%. So it's important for India to take more taxes from these people.
If we look at our employment, the more you are educated, the more the unemployment. The middle class is we can agree all on that the middle class seeks education more than a lot of other people, because they want welfare in their life and for the future generations. If they are studying more, they should get more jobs, but there are no jobs for them in the market right now. So there is a sense of fake employment in the form of self-employment in the middle class.
Yes, that's why government also put forward the idea of Startup India. Startup India scheme is for the motivate youth to not youth motivate the Indian citizen to grow their own business, because